Hello, it's Lord Slar here, coming back at you with another video, and the topic of today's is the top 5 Masters. So there's been 9 actors to play the Master, and each of them has generally brought something different to the table. I'm not really counting Peter Pratt because, I don't know, he was just a bit of a nothing Master, and Geoffrey Bevers basically did the same thing as him, but way better on the audios. The rest of the Masters, they count though, so without further ado, let's get into it. So at number 5 we have Derek Jacobi. So a few of you may be a bit confused about this choice because he only had 2 minutes of screen time, but he really played those 2 minutes well. I mean, in that scene when he kills Chan Fo, he managed to convey all of the attributes you expect in a master: to be menacing, to be cruel, to be slightly underplayed in a way, and it just worked. I saw him, I saw the master. That was an oh shit moment, and it was amazing. And it's a shame he regenerated into John Sim because, spoilers, I fucking despise John Sim, and he is by far my least favourite master. But we'll talk about him in a bit because I'm gonna do a little section where I talk about the masters which weren't on this list. But yeah, Derek Jacobi, he was really good. He should have stayed in the role as the master, and we shouldn't have had John Sim because I really don't like Sim. And Jacobi, he did the job pretty well with the very limited amount of time he had. So at number 4 we have Anthony Ainley. Now I know a lot of people are going to consider this quite a controversial one because he's considered, one of the great masters, and these top 4 masters are so close together in terms of quality. It was very difficult to list them, but Anthony Ainley just kind of ends up here. I don't know. I feel like his performance, sometimes it's quite good, sometimes it's not as good, and it was never as good as the top 3 masters particularly, but I still do really enjoy him. He's got that very cat-like voice which managed to capture the kind of underplayed nature of the master. I definitely get a vibe of cunning, and when he needs to, I definitely get a vibe of menace. It's really, really, he's a really, really good actor to play the master. Of course, the top 3 do put in a better performance because occasionally I find that Ainley's performance can be a little bit on the not so good side. But then Ainley didn't have too much good material to work with, unfortunately, as he didn't have all that many good stories. But oh well, he was still a very good master. I still really like him, and that's why he comes in at number 4. So at number 3 we have Alex McQueen. So I've only heard his CD at the end of Dark Eyes box set 2 so far. Maybe if I had heard more of him, he might move up my list. But at the moment he's at number 3 and he is absolutely fantastic. He's amazing casting by Big Finish and really, really needs a TV appearance. It's something about his very posh voice which puts a lot of effort into every word, which just works so well as the master. Like, it's just creepy. He's got such a kind of trusting voice. It's got that kind of hypnotic trance that Delgado's voice also has. Like, you feel like you're all of a sudden trusting this person. You're about to do what you say. That kind of thing. It just works for the master, and he is amazing in the role, and he really needs to get a TV appearance. And after Michelle Gomez leaves, I really think he should get that chance. So at number 2 we have Geoffrey Bevers. So any of you who haven't really listened to any of the audios may be a little confused at this one because in the Keep Retracting, he's nothing special. Not bad, but not great. However, if you've heard him in the audios, man, he's fantastic. I mean, I've only heard 3, which Light at the End, which he's alright in, Return of the Rocket Men, which is a really enjoyable one. It's quite funny, and also what's it called? Master, yeah. Master is so good. It's absolutely amazing. I love Master. I mean, I don't want to talk about it too much because saying pretty much anything about it's gonna spoil it because it has some amazing ideas into it, and Geoffrey Bevers just plays the role absolutely amazingly, and I'm just completely captivated by his master just based on that audio. It's so good, and I don't really want to explain it yet in case I end up running in and spoiling elements of master. Just go listen to master, and you will understand why I like Geoffrey Bevers so much. That's it. That's all I need to say. So let's talk about the other masters. So this isn't an honourable mentions or anything because I wouldn't put these on my list in a million years. Obviously, I've already talked about Peter Pratt and how I'm not particularly counting him because he just wasn't really that significant. So let's talk about Eric Roberts first. I got the feeling that he was the master, but it was just played a bit shit. I'm not these people that absolutely despise Eric Roberts. I can stomach him, but compared to the other masters, he was quite shit. Michelle Gomez, I definitely feel that she's the master most of the time, kind of missing the cunning a bit, which is a huge problem when you're playing the master because he's meant to not just be psychotic, he's meant to be very, very cunning and very clever. But she's a fuck ton better than Sim, and so that's why she's forgiven. John fucking Sim, oh my lord, I can't stand him as the master. I mean, he's just not the master. It's as simple as that. I don't get any vibes of cunning. He completely overplayed, over the top, and of time. Well, in both the episodes he's just like this child on fuck tons of sugar. It's not the master. It's not the master at all. Watch any other master, even Gomez, even Roberts, and you do not see John Sim as that. Like, I know regeneration changes you, but it doesn't change you that much. And it's just annoying to watch, and I can't stand watching any of the episodes with him. I mean, those episodes already have their own flaws, on top of having to deal with John Sim's master. I could go into it more in depth. I could go on for hours about how much I hate John Sim, but let's leave it for now and move on to number one. So at number one, if you couldn't already guessed, it's Roger Delgado. Wow. Sometimes you just can't beat the originals. I mean, it's possible somebody might one day do a better performance than Delgado, but I don't see it personally. He just plays the master. I see him as the master. It just works. The very subtle kind of underplayed nature of him is what makes him so evil. It's what really gives him that vibe without making it feel, cheesy or anything, which, could be easily construed as that if somebody even slightly played the role over the top Sim. And yeah, and I love his voice. His voice is very, like, persuasive just in the way he says things. You can tell that he's the master hypnotist. He's the person who can control people. He's the person who can manipulate people. He's just got that about him. And the cunning is off the scale. He's always got a plan. He's always being devious. He's always double crossing. And it's just amazing to watch. I really, really love Roger Delgado. And I don't think any other master's ever going to overtake him. It's possible, but we'll have to wait and see because Roger Delgado really set the bar high, and thus far, nobody has managed to get there or past it.